Hey everyone, welcome back to the RPGames YouTube channel. My name is Ralph. This is Pathfinder Kingmaker and we are in our latest edition, our latest village called Lost Library. We have a number of build points that we can spend, and I thought it would be a good moment to just build up this new village. So let's start by employing a longhouse. Gonna put that right there. Let's see, the barracks. Barracks needs to be adjacent to a longhouse to gain 1 stability. And then a tavern needs to be adjacent as well. Adjacent to the barracks, yes. Okay, gonna put the barracks over here. That's adjacent to the longhouse, so that gives 1 stability. And then we are going to put the tavern, so that gives 1 relation if adjacent to the longhouse, or 1 relation if adjacent, 1 espionage when adjacent to the barracks. So we're gonna put that next to the barracks. There we go. Then we have Vorosk's weapon shop. +1 economy when adjacent to a tavern or a longhouse. And we have another weapon shop, Nezriel's weapon shop. Question is, do we need to build all of them? We have a free school, which gives 1 culture. And let's see, +1 military when adjacent to the barracks. So let's place the school right here. That's for free. So let's build both of these weapon shops, and we're gonna build them next to... one is next to the tavern. Or both of them actually are next to the tavern. There we go. The pier has already been done. We don't have a spot for a watchtower, it seems. Or... nope, we do not. A windmill, same, we cannot build those. So we have a smithy, which gives +1 military and +1 economy when adjacent to a shop. So that's a possibility. And is it just going to be that shop, or will the smithy also give... like if we take a smithy next to this, this is also a shop, so not quite sure. We'll see afterwards if that works or not. We have a shrine which we can place still. We have a monument. This is the longhouse, so the shrine would give +1 loyalty for being next to the longhouse. Kind of makes sense. So let's place the shrine over there. And then what else do we have? A brewery. +1 stability in a settlement with a tavern. Okay, so we can place a brewery over here on that side. Doesn't need to be adjacent. And what else can we place? Herbalist house. A lumberyard, +1 relations in a settlement with a pier. So that is a possibility as well. Or we could place a monument. Let's go for relations and place a lumberyard over there, and then we have 105 BP left. So we are currently at the secret sanctum. We found a lonely mill. There was something that we could claim. Yes, so there is a coal mine that we can claim. That's something that I would like to do. Let's see. So let's head over there and let's visit the Lonely Mill as well while we're at it. And let's visit the Lost Library to meet with the artisans. Well, that slipped my mind for a moment. Let's see, let's head over here. And then while we're at it, discover some new roads. It's just a bunch of bandits. So let's give the cleric something to do. Let's give the transmuter something to do as well. Let's have Icondio shoot.
I grant you death.
And the rest can go on. Oh, there were some more of them. Alright, well, they're not gonna last very long.
Cannot hide from me.
Necromancer, bang! Down he goes. One shot from Icondio. Well, it gives us a bunch of stuff to sell. Previously I was avoiding most of these combat encounters, but actually it gives us a whole bunch of loot we can sell and turn into build points. So I decided, why not just do these encounters? They shouldn't be too hard anyway. See what the bandit cleric has. Yeah, that's it. Alright. So, the Lonely Mill is right over here. Let's check it out. While passing the windmill, we saw a curious thing. Goblins were squatting in the shadow of the building, doing what goblins do best, stuffing their faces. They had gutted sacks of flour and were spreading the wealth. Some fried pancakes on an open fire, others threw pieces of dough into a bubbling pot to make some kind of dumplings, yet others just rolled around in the white powder, shoving clumps down their throats. All of them without exception were guzzling ale from kegs nearby, spilling it over each other and bellowing songs. When they spotted us, the merry goblins, possibly due to the ale, stood their ground. Instead of fleeing, they started to whistle and wave, inviting us to join their feast. In response, the Baron charged into battle. Shrieking, the goblins scattered and ran, kicking up clouds of flour. When the clouds settled, of the goblins there was no sign. Alright. So then, let's head over to this side and head for that one location here, this mine that we can claim. 15 BP, gives community +2, and it's a coal mine. Alright. Arbor Rock.
May we have a moment of respite?
Oh, interesting. We found some things in the Talon Peak. Cool. Let's rest and then check them out. Okay, I think we have an event in the Barony. It's out of reach at the moment. So let's check out these two locations. If we can. Let's check out Arbor Rock at the very least. Curious to see what we'll encounter here.
As it should be.
A dead body, it seems. Okay, that's not very much so far. Let's take a look at the other side. Ooh, there is a dungeon. The problem is we still don't have someone who can do traps, so I really need to return to the capital and get Jubilost back in the party. But let's check out if it's just monsters in here or if it's traps as well, and then we can still return later on with Jubilost.
I shall end this suffering.
Oh wow, it's quite a gigantic elemental. And we found a warhammer. Nice. Oh, there's some other stuff here. Diamond. Okay, that's cool too. Anything else in here worth grabbing? Doesn't look like it. Alright, so that was Arbor Rock. A pathetic looking elf stands before you. His clothes are wrinkled, his cheek is scratched, and his nose is swollen like he suffered a heavy blow. He glances around with a haunted look and bows. My name is Sartane. Mistress Nazriel was supposed to have given me a gift for your grace, but I'm afraid we might have a bit of a problem here. Mistress Nazriel has been working hard on a special gift for you, but one of her apprentices, Detail, went mad after he touched the blade that was meant to be presented to you. Oh, that's reassuring. He grabbed and just ran off as fast as he could. I saw it with my own eyes. Now Detail is missing. I've come to you in secret to ask for your help. Maybe you or one of your advisors could get to the bottom of this. My mistress would rather see the whole thing buried. After all, the sword that drove him mad was meant for you. Oh, Arya. Me, I'm Sartane, assistant and servant of Mistress Nazriel. She teaches me her craft. I've been dreaming of becoming a weaponsmith ever since I was a child. My father was a master too. His swords were famous. Unfortunately, he went bankrupt while I was still too young to learn. He withered away and never got to teach me his skills, but the mistress gave me another chance. Tell me about Nazriel. I'm Mistress Nazriel's assistant. Yes, you've said that 3 times already. It's a great honor. She's a genius. Her knowledge of weapons knows no bounds. Although it's scary sometimes, you know. Anyway, I'm not complaining. I'm happy to serve her. Does Nazriel mistreat you? Not at all. She's the most magnificent weaponsmith I've ever met in my entire life. I'm lucky she even notices me. She made me so happy. I wish I weren't so stupid and clumsy. I'd be more worthy to help her, but I try as hard as I can. What gift are you talking about? I don't know, the mistress said I couldn't touch it, but I heard her ask Detail to take it to you. I'll see what I can do. Right, so this is one of the quests for the artisans, which is quite important. But let's take a quick look at our kingdom affairs first. I thought we passed the date already for an event. Apparently not. There is monster sightings again. And Amiri is still training. Let's see. Oh, still 1 day. Let's see, shall we skip that day or shall we travel to the Mistress maybe at once and then solve this on the way there? I guess that makes sense too. So where is this, is she in Lost Library? Yes, she was. We actually just visited her. How can I help you? I heard the news that one of your assistants has gone missing. It's so humiliating that you've learned of it. Something went wrong with my weapon. It was meant to be a gift for you, but Detail went crazy as he took it. He fell into a fury and ran off. If a faulty blade with my mark gets into someone else's hands, my reputation will be ruined. I beg you, your grace, help me. I don't think this idiot could have gone far. He may still be near the river. Bring me back the blade and I will never let you down again, I swear. Oh, but of course, please be sure to save Detail, my other apprentice, if it's not too much trouble. Gudrun's River. Okay, so, yeah. This is not it. Let's rest for a moment since everyone is tired again. Yeah, the question is which river, of course. These are the Camlands. So how about... Oh, this is also still that river. Yeah, how about we travel a little bit next to the river here and see what happens. Dragonleaf Gulch. Ironstone Gully.
Time to get some rest, isn't it?
Again? I'm guessing it's not the elf with the weapon. At least there's edible moss. Are we gonna run into like a gigantic dragon or something? Oh, it's a spider. Okay, spider we can deal with, I think. Let's grab some moss. It's just the two of them. Oh no, there is more of them. Okay. These spiders don't give us anything. They do not.
In due time.
Let's head on up a little further. See if we can find a bigger spider. One that like fills the screen or something. That would be quite unusual.
All according to plan.
Ooh, this looks like a big web.
Enemy approaching.
Oh, they're coming all over out of the webs. That's pretty funny. Ooh, there's a big one. It doesn't fill the screen, but it's definitely big. But it died nonetheless, and quite quickly. Wow. Wow, that was impressive. Okay, what do we find? Bunch of goods. Mushrooms, of course. Can't leave the cave without some mushrooms. There is... Oh, there is loot in it. Oh yeah. Giant spider legs. Yeah, great. A primal spider. Yeah, it's a bit odd because there is still something going on with this body. Huh. Maybe one that came from the first world, who knows?
Follow my lead.
Let's see if we can find another one of these. Or maybe we can find a primal centipede.
No strike wasted.
46 damage in a critical strike. Damn. Is that detail with his sword? It's not. Okay.
We will be victorious.
Holy shit, that's a lot of them. A lot of big ones.
You never had a chance.
Interesting.
Let's see. Oh, there's another mine here. It looks like it. Subtle tint of red on the stone surface suggests a location of rich iron ore vein lying around. Alright. Ooh, something with a trap on it,
You
or...
can thank me now.
Ooh, a helmet. And chocolate. Well, isn't that the best combination of loot ever? Like, a helmet and chocolate. Where are we going now? Ooh, there is some more spiders here. Let's try that. Oh, okay. We already been here. Right, so let's see. We forgot loot apparently. I'm guessing we're gonna grab that when we move out. What kind of adventurers are you? Like forgetting the chocolate. Come on. Let's check Dragonleaf Gulch. I hope the name doesn't suggest the monster that we're gonna face there. Let's see if we can find something on this side of the shore. No, it doesn't look like it. We can move over the water pretty easily. Alright. A poisonous giant fly trap. Yeah, that looks like we can take it. Let's shoot it from a distance.
Nowhere to run.
You cannot stand against me.
That was a miss. Oh, there we go. And it goes down. Alright. What does that give us? Gives us fruit and honey. Okay. Is this detail? Padded armor? A short sword? Not quite sure.
That is not far.
It doesn't look like we can move anywhere else, so let's head back. So, Dragonleaf Gulch has been investigated. We are not yet in our kingdom, but let's travel past the river over here and hopefully discover this detail guy. Doesn't really look like it so far.
Oh, time to get some rest, isn't it?
There is the Shrine of Lamashtu. Might be interesting to stick around since we are here anyway. Let's rest real quickly. The priest couldn't halt the advance of the giant mushrooms, either by prayer or by axe. The saddened peasants had to abandon their houses forever. Well, that sucks. Divine -2. The advisor was able to forge a good deal with the foreign visitors. The earth is bearing fruit, the treasury is being filled, and everyone is happy. Castle's training is now complete. Okay. And what else do we have here? Lindsay has a suggestion. But for that we need to be in the throne room. Let's see, let's put Amiri on this one. We could claim another region actually, although I think... Oh, we could do that with Harem even. Why don't we do that? Oh, we don't have enough funds. That's why we don't do that. Okay. But it's worth it to collect these, I guess. And that would be the Nordal Marches added to our terrain, so that's pretty good. So shall we rank up something then, in that case? I think Harem is the only one who's not busy. Oh, Jubilos as well. Oh yeah, maybe it's worth updating Jubilos in that case. Or economy. Well, let's do Harem first because he's only at rank 1. And I want to get these ranks up to 3 because I think that's where the other advisors are being unlocked. So let's put Harem. And let's see what happens. We're gonna finish a whole bunch of quests now. Oh, I cannot skip time while adventuring? Oh great. Good that I find out now. Let's head towards the shrine. A secluded lodge. Okay, maybe that's where Detail went. I don't know. Let's check out the secluded lodge. An adventurer, citizens, a plague. Let's check this plague.
Your wish granted.
This is Aristotle's holy symbol above the fireplace. The god of the hunt and family ties protect this place. Okay. The fire crackles, bringing comfort to weary travelers. Well, let's speak to some of these people. Hello, someone? Hostess is quite moody today. Folks say she is always that way. We cannot talk to the adventurers? Apparently, or to some of them. Yeah. What is this place? Can't you see for yourself? Place where people can rest after the hunt, enjoy a tankard or two, and fill their gullet. The nearest tavern is far, you know. How long have you been living here? Many years now. I know the whole neighborhood, flatlands and swamps. This place is rather secluded for a traveler's inn. This is not an inn, it's my home. I hunt for a living and let other fellow hunters spend the night here. If they find themselves too far from a tract. What is the main hunter's prey in these parts? On the flatlands, they go for fox and deer. Birds in the swamp, there's always a chance of running into something more dangerous, of course. I like the sealer wares. Oh, let's see here. Onslaught gauntlets. Alright. Let's buy that. Thorax pendant. 400 gold pieces. How much do I get from the storyteller? I don't know, but I'm gonna grab it. Let's see what else we can sell. And I think the other onslaught part is located at it's located at Oleg's, I believe. It was mentioned. Okay. Oh, we cannot enter there. No, it's locked actually.
As it should be.
Let's go up, see if we can find something upstairs. That's locked as well. It's another adventurer. Nope.
Child's play.
Yeah, I didn't really want to steal stuff actually.
I'm positive I found something.
Receipts, shopping lists, and other papers pile over Doomra's table. The sheets on this bed look dirty. The old bed cover is sewed together from a number of patches. Strange. Ooh, lots of money. Okay, well, we'll take it. Papers from Doomra's chest. Okay, let's collect all of that too. I mean, while we're at it, we can also just, you know, take a look around then.
Child's play.
If we have...
We need to try something else.
if we have Jubilust around anyway.
You can thank me now. Child's play.
Okay, well that's some nice stuff. Let's check the other room here. Right
This
under...
is not the way it works.
Okay, well... We grabbed a good amount of coin there. Guess that's what it means to be neutral. So, shall we head to that... let's see... Shrine or not? Yeah, we might as well actually. Let's see, the first day of the week, yeah, but... Let's head over and see what it does. Oh, Keston is here. Seeing you, Keston nods. Under his coat you notice a suit of armor. A sword hangs at his belt. The guard is ready to fight. I'm happy to see you, my Baron. While we were waiting for you, I've had enough time to choose a good plan for the ambush. I received your letter, Keston. Came as soon as I could. Thank you, Your Grace. I've decided you'd like to see this place with your own eyes. Lamashtu Shrine is on the other side of the hill. I suggest we set an ambush right here. The visibility is good, so we can watch the cultist unnoticed and choose the right moment to strike. If you wish, we can examine the location. Are we ready for ambush? Not today, come back later, and we'll get them when they least expect us. What do you know about Lamashtu? Not much, Your Grace, but I've heard some things. Goblins, kobolds, and other wild beasts worship her. She helps them to breed, protect their young. As for people, the blessings of Lamashtu is too dangerous for them. A woman can give birth to something so terrible that the villagers might decide to drive mother and child out of the village, or worse. You can go down and take a look at the shrine. The scouts who've been watching the cultists told me about hideous rituals that were performed there. The cultists disfigure and mutilate themselves, shriek like demons, and copulate in the mud. Okay. I just can't imagine who in their right mind, except for goblins, would ask Lamashtu for help and agree to be part of this abomination. So yeah, that's right. We have a note from Keston somewhere. Paper from Dunra's chest. So what she bought was a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of carcasses. It's clear day, it rained in the evening, clear day, clear rain. Okay. Very interesting. Keston's letter, this is what we need to read. Because I hadn't checked that one yet. Your Grace, please forgive me my sudden disappearance. I deemed myself of more use among your subjects than at court. The people are afraid, Your Grace. They believe that they've been forgotten, that their ruler couldn't care less about the simple folk, even as they perish each and every day. For this reason, those who can bear arms are starting to take matters into their own hands. A wild mob is a force to be reckoned with. And you already had enough to worry about. Fortunately, I was able to convince these people that I'm on their side. In the end, I've decided to lead this militia myself in order to be the first one to know whenever the people learn something new, and to protect them from making rash decisions. I've led troops before, and your subjects view me as one of their own, so they trust me and are willing to follow me. It was with a heavy heart that I left your castle, but my hope was that once among your common people, I would be able to track down the source of the disease that struck the barony. I was recently informed that one of the squads scouring the outlying regions of Camelands had encountered a mysterious shrine. Our spies report that at the beginning of each week, cultists gather there to worship the dark goddess Lamashtu, the patroness of all manner of hideous creatures. I know little of the gods and their affairs, but the appearance of the Mother of Beasts and her followers in a land teeming with monsters can hardly be a coincidence. As soon as I've finished writing this letter, I shall lead a squad of my best men there and await your arrival. I ask for your help, Your Grace, for I shall need it to strangle this filth in its cradle. Who knows, perhaps we'll capture one of the cultists alive and find out if they and their goddess are behind the misfortunes of your barony. Right. So let's take a quick look at this place of copulation in the mud. Because of course, that's the part that I remembered.
How curious.
Ooh. A kukri. Well, it's a gigantic statue, that's alright. Damn. Does that do anything?
Unexpected result.
Let's see. Statue portrays Mother of Monsters, a pregnant woman with three-eyed jackal head and feathered wings. The stone is covered with strange images. And there's another duck. Another one, damn. We might be in Glorantha after all. Okay, so we seem to have leveled up almost everyone. What's this? Rain. Oh, okay. So we need to come back on the first day of the week. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go out and rest. Okay, here we go. I had to rest a couple of days, coming back every day, checking with Keston. Is it today? No, it's not today. Is it today? No, it's not today. Is it today? No, it's not today. But today, he's ready. I'm ready, Keston. Let's get those cultists. Look, Your Grace, the cultists. Come to me, Lamashtu's children. Today we praise the Great Mother. A glorious day. We are here, Lamashtu. Well, guess who's here too? A beautiful female cup marked by the goddess. The goddess took Cup Mother's life as a payment. What a wordless female she was. We honor the goddess. We need no weaklings. Praise the Mother of Monsters, the Life Giver. Attach yourselves to the waters of Lamashtu. I'll cut my hand off. Okay, well, yeah. Why don't you just kill yourselves in Hey! Oh, one is running. I'm guessing he's gonna get back up from some monsters. Ooh, are these... Oh, they're all priests, huh?
True.
Let's disrupt these guys a little bit. How about you throw an acid bomb about there? Yep. Okay. Catch the fleeing cultist. Yes, after we loot everyone, we will do exactly that. Ooh, there is something more there. Catch the fleeing cultist. He ran over here.
Time.
The triumph over the wicked Lamashtu cultists proved incomplete. Some villain or villainess had slipped away under the cover of darkness and into the narrow gorge amongst the rocks. Without a second thought, our brave Baron, loyal Keston, and their comrade in arms rushed after the fleeing figure. The figure clad in black was barely visible in the dark. The villain had gotten far ahead of us. At the last moment, the Baron noticed their prey had turned aside and disappeared behind the rocks. Let's see, a dexterity +6. Or a mobility. Well, I guess mobility has the biggest chance. After they decided to take a shortcut to catch the cultists by surprise, the party started climbing up the stone ridge. Yes! Climbing in the darkness is a difficult task. It's not a joke when you try to catch a stable rock and hear the small stones crumble under your feet. Several times it seemed our heroes were out of luck, but their stubbornness and the thought of the runaway cultist gloating about eluding them gave them strength. Moments later, we were at the top. So our heroes found themselves at the top, and just in time, the cultist, barely visible in the darkness, was threading his way through the gorge directly beneath them. It seemed the cultist was so focused on fighting his footing, he didn't notice the pursuers perched above him, giving the Baron a chance to strike. What will our heroes do next? So that's a +6 and that's a +2. Yeah, but why would we choose Gren for that? It says choose a character, no? Plus, yeah. I'm guessing the strength check makes the most sense then. Let's see. 17 and 14. Dexterity 16 and 17. Well, I guess Ikundayo has the most chance, probably. At least for the dexterity. Although, yeah, let's just take Jaytal. Yeah, let's take Jaytal. Failed the dexterity check, seriously? Jaytal appeared from the darkness like a spirit. The runaway clearly hadn't been expecting that. Jaytal barely had time to react when the cultist burst into a sprint. Darkness failed to cover the peculiar way the runaway walked. The robed figure was limping badly, dragging their right leg. Despite that, the cultist vanished in the dark without a trace. The party followed to the edge of the plateau where the flatlands began. As our brave heroes reached the edge of the plateau, the vastness of the Camlands opened before them, an ocean of high grass as far as the eye could see. A beautiful sight, but finding our quarry in this green sea, it would prove impossible. With our heads down and hopes lost, we descended to where a small streamlet flowed amongst the stones. And then, there before us, good fortune. In his haste, our villain had run through the high grass, leaving a trail for all to see. The party immediately set off, driven by a single desire to capture the criminal who dared to escape the punishment of the Baron and had led us on this unwelcome chase. We moved as swiftly as we could, but even the ground seemed to fight us. Rock gave way to mud, mud which grew deeper as we marched on and seemed to grab at our boots. Even the wind began to rise, lashing at our cloaks, and a foul scent filled the air. Sure signs we were heading towards the gnarl marches. Soaking wet and exhausted, our heroes came upon a cabin at the edge of the swamp. According to Keston, it was a hunter's lodge owned by Doomra. Really, a hunter who lived there alone and was known for her great temper and little patience. It also looked as if it might be a place where the cultists would seek shelter. It was unlikely the runaway would brave the depths of the gnarl marches in the middle of the night. So the Baron pushed open the door and stepped inside, letting a touch of cool night air in. The lodge is lit with only a few candles on the tables and the counter. Shadows lie thick around the room. A number of people are here. A well-dressed couple at one of the tables, a girl in simple dress dozes near the opposite wall, and at the counter is an untidy dwarf. She's wiping the mugs and glaring at you. From the half-opened kitchen door you hear the clang of pans upon metal, presumably a stove. Keston looks around with a heavy gaze. Things have gone from bad to worse. We must find the cultists before they flee. We have no idea what they look like. The people in the lodge look surprised and concerned. Each seems to recognize you and ask themselves, what is the ruler of these lands doing here at such a late hour, flanked by armed guards? Keston's hand falls to his weapon. Your Grace, I'm ready to make an arrest, but if you wish to investigate further before making a decision, I'll make sure no one leaves the lodge until you give the order. I'd like to look around and speak with these people. Maybe I'll find something. As you command, Your Grace, no one will leave this house. I'll make sure of that. My advice, take their room keys, their personal belongings, speak their owner's intent, often more than their masters would like. Right. So now the adventurers have names all of a sudden. A young woman stands before you wearing a plain dress and a hooded cloak. Her belly is swollen. She's pregnant and her time is near. Uh-oh. I've heard other people calling you Baron, Your Grace. It's an honor to be in your presence. I'm Olika. What are you doing here? I'm taking what rest I can after a long day on the road, Your Grace. I'm a widow. I've barely had 2 seasons to mourn my husband, and he left me with child. And in difficult times like these, I've got a sister in Grelton, God bless her. She's agreed to give me shelter in her house. So I went there, and there was nowhere else to go. Where are you from? From Galt, your grace. I'm from a tiny village near the tract. Guess no one here ever heard about this place. You recall the location of Galt and Gralton. As far as you know, stolen lands lay aside from the places Olika had named. Are you planning to stay in Gralton? I don't know yet, but if things turn out well, why not? It was a long journey for you. I have little coin, your grace, but I have to beg traders on the road to ride in their carts. I spend nights anywhere I have to. This place is at least warm and dry. I need a key to your room. Okay, let's not mention that we're looking for this cultist just yet. A bearded middle-aged man stands before you. He wears a massive gold chain on his neck. The woman beside him gives a polite smile and nod as you approach. Greetings, Baron. Let me introduce myself. Cabron Tedrim from Restov. This is my wife Una Tedrim. We've come to your lands to hunt, yet I admit we did not expect to meet you in person. To what do we owe this honor? Tell me about yourself, please. I'm a legalist, Baron. My job is to ensure Restov's laws are upheld. My wife is a keeper of the heart and my local companion in prolonged journeys. A legalist? So you're a judge? Not exactly. I work as a legal defendant in cases when a suspect's innocence must be proven, and I admit I have moderate success in this field. No need to bother you with tedious tales from the courts. We've decided the trip was in order. My husband worked long hours during the last several months, so we felt the journey would be good for us. Well, with a difficult job like yours, it's impossible to get by without divine support. Whom do you address your prayers to? Why, to Abadar, of course, divine patron of law and lawyers. Surely you are aware of Abadar, are you not? You must be. No matter, no matter. You recognized me at once. Do I know you? I doubt it, but news about developments within the stolen lands and your role in them have traveled far. Grand Blackforge is a well-known name beyond your borders. Far from Bravoy, are you not? You see, I heard the wildlife here are excellent sport, so I decided to see for myself. Sort truth from rumor, you understand? Fortunately, my fair wife was in favor of the trip, so here we are. Do you prefer snares or a bow? A bow? What kind of prey do you hunt? Cougars, he swallows again as if fighting to take a breath. Magnificent predators, worthy prey for a worthy hunter. Yeah, there's no cougars here, buddy. An odd place to rest for the night. Why, Baron, we adore this charming dwelling. I need a key to your room. Despite Una's cool expression, you notice a bead of sweat running down her temple as she spots your glance. Her lips tighten. Cabron takes a key from his purse and hands it to you. As you wish, Baron. I'll come back to you later. How many people are here in the lodge now except for you? Watch yourself. There are 3 of them sitting over there. That one in the kitchen. Guessing she's the servant to these 2 noble folk. They look to be carrying all the coin. I'm looking for someone. Can you help me? Dumra gives you a sullen glance. It seems she's not happy to talk with you, but she doesn't dare to refuse it openly. Do you know who your guests are? Why should I? I'm not their ward. They come, they pay for a bed, they keep quiet. Why would I care who they are? Do you let everyone into your house? What are you hinting at, huh? Your guests, Dumra. Do you allow anyone who asks to spend the night here? Of course, everyone. What else am I expected to do? Pick who gets a warm spot near the fireplace and who gets left out in the rain? I've let in you and your tugs, though you've put a terror on my other guests. Do you remember when they came to your lodge at least? I went to check on my traps. Some people arrived when I was away, so I can't tell for sure, Your Grace. A crime has happened, Numra. Need your help to find the culprit. So what did this culprit do wrong? Shot a deer on someone else's land and now the criminal has to run away as if she was an animal herself? Whatever it is, leave me out of it. A cultist of Lamashtu is hiding in your lodge. I have to find them. One of Lamashtu's own? That's quite a story you've spun, Your Grace. Next you'll tell me I'm holding Rovagug down in the cellar. And what proof? What's your proof that I hide cultists? Here we go. Do you know how many times I've heard such words in the Iadaran court? As a side note, most of those speaking them turned out to be guilty. There are footprints leading to your lodge. So what? Folk come to this lodge every day, both from the flatlands and the swamps. Your lodge is the only house in the neighborhood. And is that a bad thing, to provide shelter to those who's lost? Several hours walk from here is a Shrine of Lamashtu. Baron, enough. Here in the Stolen Lands you can't swing a dead cat without hitting some goblin's nest or cursed ruins or a shrine of something foul. I'm not gonna argue with you. I'd like to examine your room, Dumra. Dumra hands tightens to fist, but she keeps them from on her hips. She says nothing but merely stares at you defiantly. Listen, the sooner I cross you out of our suspect list, the sooner I'll leave you alone. Do me a favor and give me a room key, and all of this will be over before you know it. Your way then. But have a care, no digging through my undergarments or I'll have your hands on hooks, you hear? Right, so, let's see, let's head over here. There is someone else here. This is not undergarments, so we can collect those, that's not a problem. The table is piled with dirty dishes and cold leftover foods.
An expected result.
Something is burning inside the stove. It was thrown in the fire not long ago. The kitchen servant is busy grinding herbs with a mortar. She's wearing a dress soiled with dark stains and her hair is knotted in a bun with a few stray hairs poking free. The woman doesn't appear to notice you as she makes her way to the stove. You notice she's limping badly on her right leg. Before you can speak, she turns, sees you and freezes. Oh, Arya. Name's Tsana. I cook for Tedrim's nobles from Restov. What will it be? What can you tell me about your masters? No quicker road to trouble. Talking about masters, that is. How would you like it if your servants were all a gossip about you? They pay regular, not stingy with their coin. They don't yell much, so I count myself fortunate I do. Why are they here, you think? None of my business. Might be they have things to do, but I wouldn't know it. I mend, I cook, I serve when, where needed. I need the key to your room. Room? I don't have a room except here in the kitchen. Bed's a bench, still warm enough. What are you cooking, Tsana? That there is for tomorrow. Tomorrow's midday meal it is. You take the lid off the pan, some brew boils inside. It looks strange and smells odd. You lean over, smell the stew, and immediately flinch. The acrid stink of vinegar feels like a punch in the face. Beside, you can smell some strange spice, which would be appropriate in a desert, but not in the first course for dinner. Huh? We're looking for a criminal who may have fled this way. Have you seen anyone suspicious? What can we see here, you say? Ask Dumra. She runs the house, she does. Has anyone come into the kitchen recently? Only Dumra came, no doubt, checking to see I'm not palming the silver. As if there's anything worth stealing here. There's not. The hostess of the lodge doesn't mind you cooking at her kitchen. As if she came here often herself. Filth piled in corners, the floor sandal deep in dirt. Had to work my fingers to bones to clean the kitchen before I could start a proper meal in this cow shed. Well now.
Follow my lead.
Well, let's grab some more stuff in here. Haha, I found the potatoes. That's amazing. The hostess room key. Oh, great. That's good that we found that at least. The back door.
Your wish granted.
The back door was used recently.
That is not far.
Let's see, Tedrim's chest.
Unexpected result.
There are no hunting bows, arrows, snares, nor any other sign of the Tedrims having any hunting on their mind.
This is not the way it works.
The sheets are crumpled, the blanket is thrown aside. It seems someone was sleeping in this bed not long ago. The bags contain Tedrim's clothes and personal belongings. Okay. Well, the Tedrims are definitely suspicious. Pile of dirty clothes covers some snares. There are quite a few hunting bows and quivers with arrows. The sheets on this bed look dirty. The old bed cover is sewed together from a number of patches. And receipts, shopping list, and other papers pile over Doomra's table. Okay. So for now... The chest contains modest clothing, some packed leftover food, a purse with herbs, and other personal belongings. The table holds a pile of letters crossed with a ribbon. These are the letters from Olika's deceased husband. They seem to correspond often.
Unexpected result.
The mattress covers blood-stained cloth and bandages. Well, that I wasn't expecting.
Child's play.
There's nothing in here. And there's nothing in here either. Okay, so the...
In due time.
The nobles are clearly not here for hunting. I've been to your room. I found no hunting weapons there. You see, well, Una, who was watching her husband closely, touches his shoulder lightly. I beg your pardon, Baron. You barely hear Una's hiss. Get a hold of yourself, you fool. You'll ruin everything. These words seem to have the desired effect. Cabron suddenly straightens and smiles. Truth be told, it's a rather embarrassing matter. I proved a much worse hunter than I thought. Just imagine, I managed to snap not one, not two, but 3 bowstrings in a day. Infuriated, I broke my bow across my knee. It shames me to even speak of it. The woman in the kitchen, their cook. Yes, we just can't imagine our lives without Sana. My constitution demands a unique diet, a private matter if you don't mind. A crime has taken place nearby. The one responsible may be hiding in this house. Have you seen anything suspicious? I'm afraid, Your Grace, we won't be able to help you. Have you seen anyone suspicious? We're not accustomed to such company, Baron. Besides, from Restov, legalist point of view, every person in the room is suspicious. Do you know the hostess of this lodge? No, I don't, and I must say she doesn't look forward to meeting new people either. Do you recall who came to the lodge in the last half hour or so? On second thought, this young woman, I didn't notice exactly when she entered the room. He turns to his wife. My dear, perhaps you recall. What was the name our hostess used addressing her? Olika, sweetheart. Cannot recall if I saw her at the start of the evening. Right. Olika, why are there blood-stained undergarments in your room? Where is that from? I'll explain. I'm expecting a baby, but because of the journey and all of the worries, something must have gone wrong. It hurts and I bleed. I tried to find out what's wrong, to heal myself, to appease the gods. The priest of Pharasma told me he couldn't help. The goddess rejected my child, said it would be born dead. But I can't just accept it. I can't give up the child, my husband's child, all I have left of him. You see this couple at the table? They are nobles from Restov. They claim you were the last one who'd come to the hall. That's not true, it's not. Dumra, the hostess, she was the last one. I remember her coming through the kitchen. Okay, so she came in through the kitchen. I'm looking for a cultist of a dark goddess. Can you help me? Cultist? That's horrible, but how can I help you? Have you seen anything suspicious tonight? No, I don't think so. Do you know anyone in this hall? First time I've seen these people was when I stepped over the threshold of this lodge. Do you know who came to the lodge last? I heard a noise from the kitchen. It was like something fell on the floor, and then this grumpy old lady Dumra came out. Right. So I'm guessing. So what do I need to do? Do I need to talk to Keston? I guess. Yeah, there is nothing new here either. People say you came to the hall last. Right. I went out to the kitchen when this clumsy gal knocked over some of my pots. What of it? Okay. So let's talk to Keston and see what... Who would you interrogate first? The hostess has been staring hate at us since we entered. Mind her. That is someone who seemed especially suspicious to me. Just call the name and I will interrogate that person. Sana, Tedrim's mate. You think so? He thinks for a moment, then nods. As you wish. My Baron, I'll bring her. I think, Sana, you know why I've brought you here. The kitchen servant casts a wary look at Gaston. Then you? I would? How? Do you jest, my lord? How could I know what you are thinking? Enough. We know who you are. Lamashtu won't help you. Sana is silent for a moment, then straightens like a serpent, her eyes cold with contempt. Is that so? Her accent has vanished, the demeanor of a peasant shed like a cloak. Then you know little of our fate indeed. The Great Mother is with me. Prepare yourself for her.
I grant you death.
Right. Well, stop, I surrender. She raises the hem of her skirt and starts to wipe away the blood from her legs. Her right leg is covered with sores, oozing pus and yellow ichor. Tell me who you are, quick now. I'm the priestess of the cult of Lamashtu, the Great Mother, the ancestors of monsters. I'm not from these lands, I came because of the pleas of your people who seek the mercy of my goddess. I came to these lands in secret and hid my identity from everyone except for those initiated in the mysteries of Great Mother. Even the hostess of this lodge had no idea who I was. And those looking for divine benefaction found me on their own. There are more than the followers of Aristil would believe. The culprit has confessed her crimes. It's time to announce the verdict. Tell me about the cult of Lamashtu. We are numerous and we are strong. The tribe of Lamashtu followers grows every day, breeds and spreads over the lands of Galarian in search of places to create new packs. What kind of rituals were you performing at the shrine? We pray to Lamashtu, we ask for new offerings in the pack. We mated like wild animals, free of stupid prejudice. I'll spare you the details, dwarf. Those like you are unable to accept the greatness of our ancient fate. I'm not impressed by your attempts to wound my pride. Where are the rest of Lamashtu cultists hiding? You cannot make me betray the children of the Great Mother. Torture me if you like. Lamashtu will grant me the strength to endure any pain you inflict on me. Have you allied with goblins and other creatures in the area? No, we have the same mistress, but our paths to fate are different. All these people in the lodge are here because of you. They were searching for the blessing of Lamashtu. Other gods have denied them, and they had to ask the Mother of Monsters for her benefaction. The couple from Restov, did they come to meet you? Yes, several years ago the lawyer defended a necromancer in a court in his native city, and he won the trial. Since then all Tidrim's attempts to conceive a child were doomed to fail. Pharasma didn't want to prolong the bloodline of a man who protected those who raised the dead. Una has more brains than her spineless mate, so she sought out the support of Lamashtu. The child, of course, will bear the mark of the goddess, but Tidrims don't have much choice. Pharasma's memory is long. What's the story of Merchant's widow? Olika. She's a poor girl, clinging to the unborn life in her womb. The seed of her husband was too weak. Olika's child is doomed to perish before coming to this world. Is the lodge hostess involved in all of this? This thoughtless thing? No, she did not see, was not smart enough to see what was transpiring under her nose. I won't offend the name of Lamashtu by calling our hostess one of her tribe. You and your minions unleashed I blight across my lands because of you monsters overrun the barony, and honest people fear to leave their homes. That's nonsense. I've heard the stories about what's happening in your barony, dwarf, and I have nothing to do with this. The Great Mother rules the monsters of this world, but if you truly earned her wrath, your lands would be drowning in blood. No, Baron, you must look elsewhere to place blame. Lamashtu and her followers have nothing to do with your troubles. Keston, I have an order for you. Let's see. The Priestess Guild is obvious to me, the others not so much. I'm not gonna let everyone go. I have nothing against Lamashtu and her flock. Priestess, you are free to go. No. Lawful neutral, I guess. Send these people home. The Priestess of Lamashtu must be executed. Harsh but fair, befitting a true ruler. Your Grace, wait. Let me ask you, no, let me beg you, allow the priestess to perform one last ritual. Let her save my child. I have no other hope except for Tsana. No, Olika, there is no place in my land for such rituals. Keston, execute my order. Okay, well, that happened. It took a bit longer than expected. Alright, this is where we're gonna end the episode. As always, thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the content. If so, by all means hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to follow along, and I will see you in the next episode.